Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ. You are here on the home of the Slightly Above Average Ship Review. I have a tech tree spotlight for you today on the Pan-Asian Tier 5 tech tree destroyer Fushun. All right, sound is still a little bit off. I'm sorry. When I'm uploading this stuff, my sound file ends up being bigger than the video file for the game, so I have to kind of guess as to where it is, so I apologize if anybody is thrown off by the sound slightly preceding what you see on the screen. Usually it's the other way around. All right, so we're here on Trap Domination Match. We are top tier, 5s and 4s. The Fushun is a Gnevy-class destroyer that was given to China. So everything but the torpedoes are the same as on the Gnevy. And I will add a caveat that this ship did not receive the main battery reload buff that the Gnevy did, so you will get outgunned by a Gnevy in this thing because the Gnevy's reload is probably 1.1 seconds faster, something like that. So just FYI. All right. So let's talk about strategy as we go here into Bravo. Obviously, strategy for domination match, capture these cap circles. Strategy in the Fushun and why I chose the commander I did. Well, quite simply, they have deep water torpedoes. Those torpedoes have no effect on destroyers. We are going to engage a couple red team destroyers over here.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
I see the smoke screen. I think there might be a cruiser in there, so I launch some torpedoes. These torpedoes can't hit destroyers from these Pan-Asian ships. Only the Low Yang has regular torpedoes. All right, so we engage the Farragut, the down tier destroyer, and I'm just trying to get it going there. The Fubuki and the Mahan take each other out, I think. Or maybe that was on the other side of the screen. But needless to say, this Farragut's getting worked. We do capture Bravo. We're continuing to shoot at the Farragut. And he's starting to realize that I'm much better than them. Not me, my ship is. And he turns away. It is not going to matter. There's going to be some real wonky aiming here in a second. Right there. But that's the wonky aim needed to get the kill. All right, kill number one.
Smoke generator started.
All right, I threw up that smoke screen because the HE bombers were coming in. I find it very odd that HE bombs that land on my ship's superstructure can knock out the propulsion. Here, I kind of made a misplay. I thought this Ismail was a lot closer than he is, even though I can clearly see 10.1 or 10.0 kilometers away. I'm just going to torp and hope he runs into him. In retrospect, I may not have done that. So, Gnevy-class ship, deep water torpedoes, can't hit destroyers. So that's on these top three ships in the line, the Fushun, the Gajimata, the Shenyang. I run the gunboat commander on these because the deep water torpedoes. And what I mean by that is if you get into a cap with an enemy destroyer like we just saw our teammate do, and you're in this ship, you can't use torpedoes against them. They won't have any effect. So you have to rely on your guns. So that's why I use the gunboat commander on these. That's just my thought about what to do there. Obviously, your mileage may vary. All right, so I realized the Ismail came to a screeching halt right after it looked like he was going to charge in here. These torpedoes don't have any chance of doing anything. So I'm just going to keep on going. I'm not going to shoot at him, even though the Gnevy is a gunboat, and a Gnevy, yes, you would be well within your right mind to shoot at this guy, but we are not going to do that because I think he would evap me at this range, even though his guns are facing the other way. All right, so we're just going to realize the sandbar is right in front of us. We're going to hang a turn there to starboard, and we're going to come around here and launch just one, just to see what they'll do. He appears to be kind of dead in the water. And then we're going to go into alpha and start capping out alpha, because that's my job. And there are no other destroyers left over here. In fact, the red team doesn't have any destroyers left at all. So I would tell you, I'm not an odds maker in Vegas, but if all the destroyers on your team are dead and it comprised 30% of your team or 1/3 of your team, your chance of winning are done
Generator started.
in a domination match. Just my opinion. Sorry. All right, so we're smoking up here. We are going to smoke to the edge of the island to give us a little bit more concealment. Then we're going to back up and hopefully spot this guy and give him some more torpedoes. We do hit him with one. He damage cons. That'll come to play later.
Smoke screen set.
These smoke screens are not especially long lasting. You can see once the smoke screen sets, you've got about 1 minute and 5 seconds. Here comes the Ismail. Yep, we're holding our fire for a second there just because I want him to shoot him. All right, we hit him with 1, 2, 3. So a total of 4 torpedoes, and he still has about a quarter of his health left, although he is flooding at this point. So note to the commanders of these ships, unless you get 5 or 6 torpedoes on an enemy battleship, you're not going to kill him unless you get flooding. Okay, we do have flooding because he damage conned earlier, so that's good. Coming up here is going to be an incredibly boneheaded play by one of my teammates, and I normally just say I don't understand or something like this. I'm sorry, this guy in the October Revolution is an idiot. Look at the Ismail's health. The October Revolution was like 2/3 health. He has like 100 hit points left, and he lets himself get rammed. I'm sorry, you can't do that. You have to move away from that ship at that point. And not that we needed the October Revolution to win this game, but if you can avoid, if there's just no reason to head towards that guy at that point, he was flooding out. I just don't get that. Why would you do that? All right. Speaking of why would you do that? Why would you chase down the Furious? Why would you shoot first and let them know you're there? Why wouldn't you let your torpedoes
Victory
reload?
is in sight.
Because I'm a moron, just like that guy in the October Revolution. All right, so here we are showing you how ineffective these guns are. I'm sorry. I think the Russian guns have selenium shells or something. They seem to be more effective. These ones seem to be like the effect of like mosquito bites on an angry bear. Um, Now we are having to pay attention to the planes because this is crap AA. That's a tactic I really like, is to go straight at the planes and drive into the torpedo before it can activate. So that's what we did there. But here, because we're trying to catch up with him because he is running away, we're just going to have to be content with dripping and drabbing away his hit points. And it left me very unsatisfied with the ability of this ship to just see an enemy aircraft carrier and take it out. Now, obviously, yes, it would be easier with torpedoes. But at the end of the day, this is the Gnevy-class destroyer. This is supposed to be a gunboat. This is not the performance I'm expecting from a gunboat at all. And I don't think reload would have helped here either. So, it is just chipping away slowly and slowly. And I know you're wondering why I'm not using torpedoes. Well, I'm worried that if I turn to get my torpedoes out, he'll turn away and then they'll be either out of range or they'll miss entirely. So I just resigned myself at this point. I've just got to gunboat this guy. Now he does hit us with some HE bombs there. The Furious, by the way, I think is the
On the assault,
best
sir.
Tier 5 aircraft carrier, and I really like the Royal Navy carpet bombing for targeting destroyers. So this aircraft carrier, more than others, is especially geared to be able to fight off a destroyer. But we're just going to keep to it. And thankfully, my teammates felt sorry for me and let me finish this guy off eventually. We are shooting down a couple airplanes here and there, but don't be fooled. This thing has garbage AA. And I think we're just going to Kentucky windage to take out the Furious. All right, and so now I'm going to throw up a smoke screen. I'm going to do one of my patented loop-de-loops here, because that's how I like to turn around now. And I think while we're doing that, you can look up at the scoreboard and see our team is accumulating points very rapidly. The 3 battleships left, I guess they're over by Charlie. I guess they don't feel very strongly about taking caps, so this game is going to be over really quickly as I dodge these last carpet bomb salvos from the Furious aircrew. All right, and there's the end of the match. Here we are on the victory screen. No medals. We did end up at the top of the board, 24-24. 2 kills in the Fushun. I'm sorry, this isn't the scoreboard game. I had other matches that were, but they didn't show the things that I wanted to show in the match itself. You know, 112 main battery hits, 4 torpedo strikes, 5 airplanes shot down, 2 cap defendeds, 2 solo base caps, and that's how it ended. And the enemy team should be ashamed that the Kaiser did not finish last. That's pretty funny. All right, so we're going to move on here. Honest. All right, here's the Fushun upgrades. We got a main battery mod 2 and propulsion mod 2, and the Fushun is fully upgraded. Take a look at the loadout. We got those 4 quasi. It's kind of in between a regular and a British smokescreen, and 2 engine boosts. We didn't run any booster flags. Got that temporary Type 1 camo and the early adopter flag. 16,000 hit points with our build. Get those 4 130 millimeter guns, 11.1 kilometer firing range, reload in 4.8 seconds, turn in 18.8 seconds. HE shells do 1900 damage, 7% fire chance. AP shells do 2500 damage. So I want to say I think the Gnavy's reload is down to 3.7 seconds. So just keep that in mind. Maybe without begging, we can get Wargaming to fix that on this ship. All right, 2 triple tube launchers, deep water torpedoes, reload every 75 seconds, max damage 13.5, 8 kilometer range at 60 knots, detectability 800 meters. So they are pretty stealthy, so that's nice. AA, they had to put a T at the end of that last word. Max speed 38 knots, so it's not slow, it feels slow, and 3.8 second rudder shift time. 5.7 concealment on the surface, 3.1 from the air, 2.5 when firing in smoke. All right, so low profile. Yeah, sure it is. Sure. We'll go with that. Not. All right, so here's a look at the commander. Base trait increases the ricochet angle AP shells. Didn't really shoot at AP in anything today. Didn't have any cruisers to shoot that at. We're doing a gunboat build here, so we got Bay, we got Sims as our inspirations. In row 1, we got Observant Rage. Row 2, Look at Me Now. Row 3, Twist and Track. Row 4, Unique Skill, Knuckle Duster. Check that out. And of course, our legendary skill is Unstoppable. That's how I run these upper tier Pan Asian destroyers. I would be interested in your comments to see if you run them in a similar way. Other than that, hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.